from the government, Paul Peytavin.
Your Excellency, Honorable Chairwoman, charming timekeeper, members of the jury, you're as wise as experienced, members of the sheltered shadow cabinet, my worldly fellow of the government, dear audience, if I could flatter you, all I would say is here, here. Will you do the same for me? Welcome. As we stand in the Australian embassy, slightly afraid of the black widows that might be hiding in the toilets, my task is to swat down the web of flimsy and mistaken arguments our opposition has made so far. What gives me the legitimacy? Well, experience as a third speaker, but also as a strategist, fond of a chessboard and 32 pieces. Move over Caesar, Karpov, Sun Tzu, Bill Gates or Churchill. Here comes Paul Magnus Carlsen, chess player extraordinaire. Which makes me think of Arthur's question to become a finalist. What can repeatedly beat Kasparov at chess? A. Not the opposition. B. Deep blue. C. Categorically not the opposition. And D. Puppies! Untangle this, the opposition. Experience. No, thank you. Experience teaches us about what we are fighting for. But this opposition isn't quite clear. It doesn't look like they fight often. So I took the liberty to sign them up to a rebuttal club. First rule of the rebuttal club, you do not talk about intelligence as more important than experience, because intelligence stems from experience. No, thank you. Second rule of the rebuttal club, you do not talk about intelligence as more important than experience, because without experience, intelligence is nothing but a belief. Sarah, intelligence is something that everyone possesses, just as you say. It's just as experience, but intelligence, intelligence stems from experience. Sorry. Ule, we are living in past time, as you say, but you are living in an elitist room. An idea is based on experience, as with Bourdieu's habitus. So you get your followers by sharing your experience. It's what you get your money from, but you don't believe in it. How's the Indian audience going to believe in you if he doesn't even believe in experience? Third rule, when I end the next sentence, the rebuttal is over. Fourth rule, don't forget, kids, on your first night, you have to rebut. You hopefully get it by now. Experience is more important than intelligence, because intelligence develops out of experience. Without experience, intelligence is mere belief. Rational and logical, yes, as Tatiana told us, but shapeless. Experience transforms it into knowledge.
On that point, says, are all older people smarter than every person, even younger 1 year from them?
They might not be smarter, but they are more experienced. This is what helps Arthur in the game. We met in the park. I played chess there with strangers and amateurs. And when I play, I never lose. I usually win. I reap experience. That makes me stronger. Practice is experience. And experience eventually turns you into someone better. Arthur played me. No, thank you. And lost. And lost again and again. Eventually he asked me, can someone defeat you? And I answered truthfully, the only one able to beat me is Deep Blue. But isn't artificial intelligence about intelligence? Or, he asked, I said that actually artificial intelligence is based on experience. Or applied memory, if you prefer. Deep Blue has a better and quicker memory than anyone, and the more she plays, the more she adds to it. Paradoxically, when we talk about AI, we are talking about experience. No, thank you. People don't go to golf practice just to play around with balls. They play to get better, more experience. If it was just to experience what balls are, they'd go to my boxer shorts, or preferably to a ballroom. I could continue on my life and thoughts, but what would convince you the most? An elegant, intelligent speech, yet vague, or concrete data and statistic? The latter. According to studies carried out by MIT 3 years ago, 90% of progress through innovation comes from experience.
On the point, sir,
Yes.
we have no experience of you. Why should we believe that your statistics are true?
Because my statistics are based on experience. 90% of medical progress comes from experience.
On that point.
No, thank you. Mostly, progress is based on experience, but I cheat. Everything is based on experience as intelligence stems from it and needs it to become useful knowledge. Simon has also shown you that you learn more and retain more through experience than abstraction. I can tell you, rook checkmate in F8. But so what? If I share my emotion with you after this win, like me, you'll remember. It will stick. Oprah will tell you more and you'll see that the experience society gives you changes you and shapes your intelligence. I'll give you a hint. Legitimacy. Checkmate. Like Arthur, I have a dream or two. To become a finalist, but also to have a cigar, a glass of whiskey, and talk strategy with Winston Churchill. An experienced leader. I'm about to paraphrase. The best argument against intelligence is a 6-minute conversation with the average opposition. Hi kid, you're great. But seriously, how could you become such great speakers if not through experience? How could you defend yourself with so much patience if not through experience? How can you explain intelligence if not through experience? Experienced members of the jury. Nothing ever becomes real before it's experience. Be real, choose experience.